What is the best thing that we as humanity can learn? Well, time and again I've tried to point out that in our human embodiment we are transitory and fallible, corrupt, and that our hope lies in finding this invisible presence or spirit, the spiritual part of man, which is infallible, incorrupt, immortal. Now, anything that illustrates human failure is helpful if it humbles us to recognize that man on his own doesn't really add up to very much and is doomed to failure. So, if coronavirus leaves us a little bit humbled in the face of things that we're not very good at dealing with and don't really know what to do with, well, that's a good thing. I think I've always loved that instinctively, almost from a child. I loved great storms and of course in England's mild and gentle climate we don't have many extremes, but insofar as we do, part of me always loved that, the sense that there was something bigger than me in control. Man proposes, God disposes. There is indeed great comfort if we can learn to trust what we cannot understand. Someone, by the way, another question that someone came up, someone was asking about children. Well, not having any children of my own, I'm not perhaps very well qualified to answer this question. But I do remember many things about my own upbringing. And again, I think from very early days I never trusted very much to man. And I think now I'm an old, I trust even less to man. I've always felt that nature was my first teacher. And my heart really rather sinks as I see ever more and more spiritual books being produced, of which, of course, I'm guilty of producing my own. Words, and more words. So often the rehashes of somebody else's words. Whereas here and now, there is this presence, this blessed, invisible presence, which is really all the knowledge you need. It is all sufficient. Like as I was pointing out with that little twig, who wants to analyse it and break it down into atoms and molecules when you can just see it as something beautiful? Look, there's a little hoverfly sitting on it now, just drinking in that pollen nectar. Marvellous way it's moving slightly in the breeze. Yes, there's a bee buzzing near, also feeding on this first of the summer pollen on these willow twigs. A marvellous miracle of awakening spring. Who wants to read a book about it when you can see the reality? Yes, to be humble, my dear, to be empty of all this everything, self-righteousness, self-knowledge, self-everything, just to be empty before the wonder of what is, the spiritual wonderland always presented to us. Abundance, that's one of the stages of the spiritual life, when we move from the poverty of our own understanding to the abundance of spirit. And then ever onward from glory to glory. Somebody picked up something I must have said the other day. I don't remember saying it, because I saw it on Instagram the other day. I don't know where she got it from. I don't do that posting myself. There's another woman who helps us, who picks up these pieces. Where is the end of wonderful? Did I say that? I don't know. Anyway, it's rather a good thing to say, isn't it? Where is the end of wonderful? Where indeed? You know, many years ago, I think one of the first bits of writing I ever did, I think, when I was a very young man, I wrote, "There's nothing in this world I find more beautiful than a field of grass." You know, I think the same today. I always loved grass. I love the way grass has been described as the forgiveness of nature. It covers over all man's mess, doesn't it? This lovely blanket of green that grows fresh every spring, forgiving all the misdeeds of history. Talk about, learning from adversity. I used to really find cities terribly difficult as a young man. I used to get so desperate in them, longing to get out. But on several occasions when I was in London, for one reason or another, I remember being given insights of this ever-present stillness, this ever-present beauty. I remember one evening walking near a rubbish depot in Westminster, central London, and seeing a cigarette packet trodden into the dirt. And suddenly that appeared to me as a vision of perfect beauty. I've never forgotten that lesson. Humbled. So we move on, my dears, from thinking we know to the higher wisdom of realizing that we don't know. There's someone who knows better. And we get given insights when the time is right.